We often think of conflict as something that happens when things are going wrong. But in Genesis 13, the conflict happens because things are going very, very right. Both Abram and his nephew Lot have become incredibly wealthy in livestock, silver, and gold. But the land of Canaan was small, and the water was scarce. Soon, the herdsmen of Abram and the herdsmen of Lot began to fight. It's a classic human dilemma. When there's not enough to go around, our natural instinct is to grab, to compete, and to defend our slice of the pie. But Abram, the man of the promise, does something completely unexpected. Instead of asserting his authority as the elder, he chooses the path of peace. Abram says to Lot, "Let's not have any quarreling between you and me. Is not the whole land before you? If you go to the left, I'll go to the right. If you go to the right, I'll go to the left." Think about the weight of that statement. Abram was the one God called. Abram was the elder. By all ancient customs, he had the right to the best land. But Abram's faith was not in the dirt beneath his feet. It was in the God who promised him the world. He realized that you don't have to grab for what God has already promised to give. He could afford to be generous because he knew God was his source. Now we see the contrast. Lot looks out toward the Jordan Valley and sees that it is well-watered and lush, like the garden of the Lord. He sees prosperity, comfort, and ease. So Lot chooses for himself. He moves his tents toward Sodom, a city the Bible notes was wicked and sinning greatly. Lot chose with his eyes, but Abram chose with his heart. Lot looked at the immediate gain and ignored the spiritual drain. He moved toward the world's wealth and ended up losing almost everything. Meanwhile, Abram stayed in the rugged, dusty hills of Hebron. On the surface, it looked like he lost the deal, but it's in that place of surrender that God speaks to him again. The moment Lot, the distraction, is gone, God tells Abram to look in every direction, north, south, east, and west. All the land that you see I will give to you and your offspring forever. When we give up our rights and choose generosity over greed, we aren't losing. We are making room for God to fulfill His word. Abram didn't need to fight for the Jordan Valley because God was going to give him the whole territory. This is the secret of the life of faith. You can let go of anything when you realize you already have everything in God. This story points us directly to Jesus. Just as Abram gave Lot the first choice and the better land, Jesus, the rightful heir of all things, gave up his rights in heaven. He stepped down from his throne so that we, who had nothing, could inherit the riches of his grace. Abram's generosity was a shadow. Jesus' sacrifice was the substance. Today, we don't have to live in the greed of grabbing for ourselves. Because of Jesus, we can live in the generosity of trusting our Father. When you know you're an heir of the King, you can afford to let the lots of this world take the first choice. Like and subscribe for more stories like this. God bless.